Welcome back, guys.
Hi, friends.
To the 7th episode of the Talkaholics podcast. Hope you're doing well. In this episode, we kind of go into a lot of entertainment-related stuff.
Yes.
Not just with the Emmy nominations, but what do we talk before that?
I talk about my experience watching Blackkklansman.
Yes, yeah.
Which went interestingly.
Yeah, so it was just a really a rundown of how that movie went, as well as a lot of commentary.
The critique.
It's a pretty relevant and recent movie that came out, so a lot of commentary about that. But yeah, it's kind of off the Handmaid's Tale run of us ranting about that last podcast.
Yeah, sorry guys. I mean, I know last episode we talked about the Handmaid's Tale
the
entire time.
We had fun recording.
Yeah, you know what we did.
You know what? Let's not.
No, I am unapologetically in love with the Handmaid's Tale. Okay.
Yay.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of a break from that, but we kind of do talk about it.
We do talk about it again
40 different times. So you
yeah.
know what?
But, we're going to go through the Emmy nominations after we talk about the Blackkklansman, and that's pretty much for this episode.
Yeah, we try to keep it as short just because of the last few podcasts. I think even the one right before, no, not the 6th, the 5th episode was an hour, 15 minutes.
Oh, dear.
And it was lengthy. So, again, like we always say, let us know what works for you guys. If you like the longer podcast, that's great. If you want to continue to see us, releasing episodes like this, which was, in and around half
30
an hour.
to 40 minutes.
Yeah. Let us know, right? Because I don't know about you, but I listen to podcasts on the road all the time.
That are an hour.
Yeah, for me, because it'll encapsulate my
exactly.
transit time. So, yeah, let us know in the comments. We're on Instagram as well at Talkaholics Pod.
Yep.
Leave us a little note there or at our Gmail, which is talkaholicspodcast@gmail.com. And we're also on SoundCloud. And thanks to the people who are listening to our stuff there, because we're seeing likes and follows, and I like that. Enjoy that we're getting a new, fresher crowd there.
Exactly.
Not just our friends and
Not
family.
just our friends and family. That's the goal.
Yes. One day, Iman.
Random people, strangers.
The dream. To actually have an audience.
Oh
my goodness.
Anyways, we're gonna cut this intro because it's over 2 minutes. So enjoy this episode, and yeah.
So, you went to the movies, Iman?
Yes, I went to the movies. Oh, Eid Mubarak.
Oh my God, yes, Eid Mubarak to you too. I was like, has it been that long?
Yeah, Eid Mubarak. So I went to the movies on Eid, actually. That's why I said I realized.
Did you go with your family?
Yeah, so after Eid prayer.
Yeah.
So this Eid, my family always comes over to my place. So after Eid prayer, we went out for breakfast, and then me and my brother and my cousin were like, oh, let's go to the movies, because people don't usually come over till lunchtime or late lunch.
Okay, yeah.
So we were like, oh, let's go to the movies, and then we were looking to see what's out, and then we saw Blackkklansman, and we were like, oh, I heard it's gonna be really good. Spike Lee directed it,
right.
Yeah. So let's go watch it.
Exactly.
So we went to go see it. Honestly, I didn't really know what to expect from it. I just knew that it was based on a true story about African-American detective that infiltrated or that helped infiltrate the KKK in the 70s.
Okay, that's interesting. Because I actually have seen a lot of coverage about it, but never actually knew what the plot was.
But I'm just going to check. Okay, so it's classified as a drama/crime film. But, I feel like that's not what I got from it.
Okay.
I can see the drama and crime, I get it. But, it kind of read almost as a dark comedy.
Okay, yes, because that's what I thought it was.
That's the impression that I got. It's a dark comedy, but I don't think it's supposed to be a dark or.
That's not good, though.
It's not supposed to be very comedic, I guess. But, anyways, let me just open my little notebook here because I took notes.
Okay.
Because I'm sure as anybody listening to this, as you said, it's been covered a lot. It's in the media right now because there's been a lot of critique on it. Yeah. So. Hold on, I'm going to... Okay.
I love how you take notes.
So, the critique... Okay, so the first thing that came... Or the first, big critique that came out after the movie was released was from Boots Riley, who's the director, I believe, of Sorry to Bother You. Have you heard of that movie?
Again, same thing. I've seen the promos.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie either, but I've heard that it's good, so I want to see it. But Boots Riley came out with this, like, 3-page long essay on, like, Twitter or something. Yeah. Critiquing the film and basically saying, like, a lot of it is fake and not real. And his biggest critique was that the film, like, painted police as like the heroes or like anti-racist. Okay. In terms of like the context, because we're in the 70s, okay, so like obviously there are still like the KKK is still very prevalent. It's a lot. So it was like ahistorically anti-racist. It was like weird. Even when I was watching the film, I was like, why are they so nice to this black guy? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even though like that's not really the greatest view to have, but it's true. Like why it felt like it was too.
If it's supposed to be a period piece, I would understand why that's
So basically, he critiqued that the film downplayed the years that the detective, which was Ron Stallworth, that's the guy's name, spent infiltrating black radical organizations before the KKK operation. Okay. And he had this, like, there was this quote that he that came from Boots Riley that he said, for Spike to come out with a movie where story points are fabricated in order to make a black cop and his counterparts look like allies in the fight against racism is really disappointing, to put it very mildly. So I think his whole critique was like, the fact that it looked like the cops were allies and that there wasn't like an issue, you know what I mean? Right. But in the film, like, there are cops who have the view, like this very racist view of like black people and their like status. There are still cops in the film, or more like one cop, but like there's still cops in the film that have that viewpoint. But it was really odd, I guess, seeing that it was kind of like this gang of cop friends taking down the KKK. It was just like
they're all happy together. Oh my god. Okay.
But yeah, he said that the film's depiction of police as heroic did a disservice to black organizations and civil rights figures targeted by law enforcement, which I can see because, like, you hear of all these stories and all these groups, like, being targeted by police, and to this day, you know, police are a very, very big issue in black communities, especially in the States. Even here in Toronto, we've had issues, so exactly. I could see how that would make people upset. Yeah. Because... Yeah.
What I was going to say is that something that you noticed during the film, like, as you were watching it, or only became like
No. Right, I did notice it during the film, but it wasn't like... It was just, like, odd to me, but I was like, why should I question it? And my viewpoint, I thought the entire... Like, obviously, when they create, like, biographical pieces in film, like, not everything is 100% true, for sure, for entertainment purposes. Exactly. But, like, I thought, like, you know, the thick of it, like, most of it would be... true. So in my thought, like, it looked weird to me, but I was like, okay, maybe that's just what happened. Right. But he is saying that there are parts of this film, like some of these scenes or like whatever, are fabricated just for like entertainment purposes. If that's the case, then there's an issue because it's not reality.
And it's such a sensitive topic. It's not like something that you can, like a Steve Jobs movie where you can mess with the narrative. This is completely about something different and sensitive to this time, I think.
And I also agree with his point about like the time frame and like how it downplayed the years and stuff like that. Like even during the film when he became a police officer, like he just became one.
Oh, there was no struggle.
He just like
there was no...
he went to the police station and he was like, yes, I want to be a police officer. And they were like, okay. I was like, huh? I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was easy for a black man to become in a position of power in the 70s that easily. Yeah. I don't think it happened that easily. Yeah. I mean, it could have, but it was odd to me. And then like how they portrayed his infiltration of the KKK, it just felt like not a lot of time passed, which I'm sure isn't the case. Like it felt like he just like he's like did it. He was like KKK, like he made, you know what I mean? He was like
you're going down.
Because what he did was obviously he couldn't go to KK, like he's black, he couldn't do that. Yeah. But he would talk on the phone and like put on a white voice. Okay. I'm quotation marks there, guys. A white voice. It was hilarious because that's the part that was like comedic. A lot of it was because.
That's why I was like, as soon as you said that, I was like,
he would put on like that very like, especially at that time, the way that they spoke, apparently it was like white, like, you know, like white, like
extra H in
there. So he would put on a voice like that and then pretend to be a white guy and talk to like people, the members of the KKK, and then one of his like partners, part of that part of the
team or whatever,
the team would go into the meetings and pretend to be him.
Okay. Yeah, so
that's how it happened. But yeah, it definitely felt like it happened too fast and happened too easily. It was just like
there was no struggle there.
There were some close calls, like, oh, are you really?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
interesting.
It
and
was
coming from Spike Lee too, I think.
Yeah.
The criticism is interesting.
I know.
Like, I
but
want
like
to watch
Spike Lee. Yeah, I still think you should watch it and like try to see it for yourself. But Spike Lee did respond to it, because he said that he didn't really want to respond to it because it takes away from the movie, but he still responded to it because he said that, like, he argued that his past films have been very critical of the police. Like, it's not like he's not aware of the issue. He's like, look at my past films. My past films have critiqued the police a lot, but I'm not going to say that all police are corrupt or all police hate black people or colored people. That's what he was. That's kind of like his response, and I understand that viewpoint as well, because yes, we can't paint the police force or police officers all by one brush. However, the institution is like, the institution is racialized. Like, it's embedded in this institution. It's a systematic racist institution. Yeah. So like, even if maybe an individual police officer isn't racist,
that doesn't reflect
it. Doesn't. Yeah,
and that's what I was thinking when you were saying, like, that the police officers in the movie didn't necessarily, like, they seem too happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
My immediate thing of, like, that's Spike Lee being purposeful here, because I think, like, yes, he can say that all his other movies have been very critical of like the police in the past, but my, like, thinking around that is kind of, well, that's a cop-out for me, because this movie is about police. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Your main character is in the... So that's kind of a cop-out for me, but interesting that he said that. I just think because, again, it's such a sensitive time that he's releasing a movie like this, and that there's a lot of critique against police officers, and, they're not allowed to attend a lot of, like the gay pride parade, for example. They're not even allowed to, like, kind of be there because the LGBTQ community has ties with the Black Lives Matter movement. So things like that, like, I think because of all of that's happening and all of those conversations, he's kind of being a people pleaser here and kind of just going, okay, no, my opinion is very neutral,
Yeah, and like, even in the film, the beginning, like, when he becomes a police officer, he's not even of importance. Like, he's in the record department. Okay. Like, he's the person who the police officer comes in, like, I need a file on so and so. He's like a librarian.
Okay.
Of the police. I mean, not that librarians are not important, very important. I just mean, like, it wasn't what he was expecting, obviously, to be when he becomes an officer. He doesn't expect I'm going to be the record keeper or whatever. Yeah. And then the only reason they put him undercover is because an influential, I can't remember his name, but an influential black speaker, I think, who is part of the Black Panthers. Okay. Black Panthers, yeah. Is coming to speak for the Black Student Association of the university. I can't remember what it was. So the reason they have this one black dude in their police force, who's gonna infiltrate that little scenario? Oh, I wonder. Yeah, so exactly. That's the only reason he gets to be undercover. They put him undercover because they want to send him to this event and see, like, how this crowd reacts to this guy, because he's a very really, really good speaker. So he's gonna, like, get them riled up and like, so they want to know if there's gonna be any, like, retaliation from, like, the black community or whatever. Okay. So that's the only reason they send them in. So he's like, I am a police officer, I am going in. So, like, and it's so weird because it's not weird, but his character is very different from the people at that not rally, but at that event, because everybody's like, black power, or like, we the people, and he's just, like, kind of sitting. He's, like, so, like, you can tell he feels awkward, like,
Yeah, he's an outsider within his own community. Yeah, almost. Interesting.
But then he starts to, like, listen to the words, and he's kind of like, oh, that kind of makes sense, but
he seems like such an insignificant character then, if he's the main character. Is it, like, supposed to be a learning curve of, like, he gets exposure, therefore now he's gonna be the guy who infiltrates the KKK? Is that the story arc, or is it just?
I
know,
I understand, but like, you know how he decides in the movie, I don't know if this is like reality, but in the movie, how he decides to infiltrate the KKK? Do you know how? But he just sees an ad on the newspaper. He sees an ad on the newspaper for the KKK.
Of like guys in like the hoods and stuff, and he's like,
no, it's on the, like it's like a little ad that says like Ku Klux Klan, and it has a phone number, like if you want to join, become a member or something like that. And he just looks at it, and then he picks up his phone and calls them. That's it. There was no like nothing
nothing from the heart, nothing passionate.
Well, I don't know, but that's how it made it seem.
Oh God.
He just picked up the phone and was like, "Hello, my name is Ron Stallworth." Like,
what is that?
And then he became really passionate
after the film.
Yeah, but it was just like.
If it, I can see why that would have some issues.
But you know what?
I would say that is a dark comedy. That's a
dark comedy, right? Because I'm thinking back at it, and even
she like
yes,
oh my God, that's straight out of a sketch, man. What the hell?
Then there's like parts of it that are like we were like laughing out loud because there's one part. I'm ruining the movie for you, but it's okay. There's one part at the end of the movie where like he reveals that he's a black guy. To the leader of the KKK.
Okay.
And he like picks up the phone and calls the guy, and he's pretending to be like the white guy, white version of himself. And then he goes, because earlier he was like, they had a conversation about like why he believed that he was a white guy or whatever. Like he talked a certain way, whatever. So he's like, so are you sure? Like, how do you know I'm not a black guy talking to you?
And this is all over the phone.
Yeah, okay. All over. And he's like, what do you, like, because, and then he starts, like focusing on the different, like, lingo and stuff that the guy mentioned before. And you go, it's funny, but he just, like, basically calls him out and is like, yeah, I'm black. Like, whatever, right?
Okay.
And then everybody starts laughing, and you're like, okay, is that really what happened? I want to know. Is that really what happened?
I'm so confused by this movie. Just your explanation of everything. Am I supposed every little moment that you described of the movie? I'm almost like, am I supposed to be like really happy and like admire this? Because that's all what biographical movies are about. Mm-hmm. You see this someone's growth, and you know what the end point is. You know what they achieve, so you want to see everything that happened.
Yeah.
But every point you're mentioning, I'm like, oh, that sounds like an accident.
But like, no, but he actually does he successfully infiltrates that chapter of the KKK that he's in. He infiltrates it. He stops an attack from happening, and like that's all great. But like, there's also some parts of it I'm just like, what? And then how the movie ended, like completely different tone.
Okay.
Of like the rest of the
okay, you could just
everything in the movie.
Spoilers to everyone on the podcast, but who cares? Okay,
no, but this is like okay, the movie ends, and then after the movie ends, not like no credits have happened or anything.
Okay,
but they start showing like videos and pictures from the Charlottesville protest from last year.
Yes,
do you remember?
Yes, yeah.
So like the white rally or whatever, it's like white power.
Yeah.
Anyways, it shows like videos from that, and then it shows the protest that happened after that, because remember?
Okay. Yes.
And then it shows, like, all the videos from that and, like, when the cars, like, ran into the street.
That's what I was gonna say. It's probably
gross. And, like, hitting people. It was really... And the entire theater was silent. Like, we were just like, what is going on? We were just staring, and then...
Was it supposed to be, like, an art house film? Like, now that I'm thinking about it?
I don't know. But it just went through all these videos and pictures, and, like, people are, like, getting hit by cars. People are crying. And it's just showing... It's, like, it's powerful because you're seeing all these things happen. It just happened last year. Mm-hmm. And we're watching a movie of something that happened in the 70s. It's very, like... It's supposed to... I feel like it's supposed to slap you in the face. Like, hello, it's still happening.
Exactly.
KKK still exists, my man. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it was just, like, the tone of it was so different. It was, like, a very jarring... And I think that was purposeful. It was supposed to, like, kind of shake you awake. But it was just, like... And then it just, like, ended. And everybody in this... Literally, the theater was completely silent. Like, we all were just, like... Oh.
Oh, my God. Okay. Yeah. It sounds a little tone deaf, though. The whole movie's a little, like...
I want you to watch it. I want you to tell me what you think. Because...
Yeah.
When I first... I think the impression that I got right after the film was over, because of how the film ended, like... I was like, wow, that was so powerful, and that overpowered the rest of the film. But now that I like read articles and I talk about it more, I'm like, you know, there are parts of the film that I don't understand. You know?
Do you think, like, it was that, like, it was Spike Lee was reading about this guy's biography and whatever, and I kind of, through learning about him, realized, like, a lot of the moments prior to the very end of, like, what he actually achieved was kind of a little mundane. Like, what if it was that he saw an ad, and that's what he had to include?
Yeah, if that was the case, that was the case. Like, you know?
Yeah. I don't know how else he could have. Okay. Interesting. Well, I'll watch it because I get really critical when it is about, you know, race-related issues, movies, but also I love biographical movies. Like, I love movies about someone's, like, have you ever watched, there was 2 really good ones a while back that came out, Imitation Game. Did you watch that?
No, I haven't seen
The Benedict Cumberbatch was in?
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Amazing. The ending of that, because that whole movie's, like storyline is perfect, but the end of that, what they, you know how, like, they always say, like, you know, what the little lines about what happened to them after the fact, like, that stuff, reading that of, like, oh my god, the world's an awful place, like, you just hate humanity. So the Imitation Game is amazing, and anyone who's listening knows exactly what I'm talking about, like, how basically it's the torture he goes through at the end, and it's, like, for really superfluous for what he ended up doing, which was saving the world. Right? So there's that, and then the Theory of Everything, which
I haven't seen that either.
Stephen Hawking.
But I've heard that's really good.
Yeah, which is amazing. And that movie is a little different because it kind of shows him as an anti-hero, which I liked. Because Stephen Hawking, as much as, like, he's done amazing things in the science world, like, he treated his wife like shit. Like, and, like, that little side story I really liked because it brought him down to be like, no, really, he was just really focused on his work and put everything aside possible. You have to know that meant it's almost like abandoning his family practically. So I liked that. I like that they showed that. It made that a reality, right?
Yeah.
Because I really haven't heard that story prior to that movie. So it was really good. But yeah, and I did want to talk about also the Emmy nominations, because I think the awards are happening on the 17th of September. Do you know who is hosting? Oh, Colin Jost and Michael Che. You know who they are, right?
Yeah.
SNL people.
I love them.
Oh, so
that's like my favorite out of all.
Part?
Like, in SNL, that's my favorite part.
They revived that segment so well, because remember before it was Seth Meyers? He was good, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, you're
no,
like...
I love them. The way they play off each other.
Yes.
And especially, I love watching their reactions.
Yeah.
Because when someone...
No, I love
because they have to try to keep their face so, you know, neutral, because they're news reporters.
Because they gotta finish the lines.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, sometimes they'll say something, and the other one tries so hard not to laugh, and I love seeing that on their face. Because I'm like, yes, you think it's funny, too.
Yeah.
You're not... You know, it's not just like us, like, trying to...
You're, like, living through them. Oh my god, you're like, yes. No, but I love when they fuck with each other, and they try to get each other off track.
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
God, I hate you. I'm like, yes, I love you.
Or when they bring in the guests, and the guests really, like, mess them up. It's so funny.
My god. Do you know, sorry, this is off track, but 2 things. Colin Jost, do you know who he's dating? I don't know if he's still dating her or not, but they should be. Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, I did not know that.
So exciting. So they're a thing. And then, the guy who does the little hee-hee character on SNL, who is that? Bill Hader? Bill Hader, he does like he does that character on that part of the show where he wears like the tattoo sleeves shirt. Oh my god, let me search it up. Hold on. If you don't know who this segment is like the best segment on SNL. Like, has been for a while.
Oh my god.
SNL. What's his name? Is it... Stefan? He plays that character. Stefan?
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Iman.
I know, I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Okay, but talk about, like, being fucked with. So his character basically is that the writers of SNL, when he used to be on the show, would write up his script for him without him knowing. But, like, so his segment is...
Oh, so he would never, like, be able to practice it?
No. So what happens is he basically comes onto that segment of SNL to give a report on, like, this latest, you know, the nightclub scene. Let me tell you about what's happening. Like, he'll give, like, a review of parties or what you should be looking forward to. So what he describes as the parties, that part is what they put in, like, they put the stupidest stuff in just so he can barely get through saying the line. Oh. So that's why that's part of his character, but also because he can't keep himself together. So
that's funny.
I love that they, like, he has that relationship with the writers. Anyways, you're watching that later, for sure. Okay, so back to the Emmy Award nominees. So let me see if I can get...
I don't remember the last time I watched the Emmys. I'm sorry.
Okay, anyone who knows me knows that
Listen,
I watch
you know what? Me with
religiously.
award shows, like, they're great, but, like, I can't focus.
You can't
It's boring. I can't. I'm sorry.
No,
You
okay.
know what I do sometimes, especially for musical award shows,
like Grammys.
like BET, Grammys,
Yeah.
MVAs, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll record it and then I'll skip through everything except the performances.
Oh yeah.
So I'll put on my PVR,
Yeah,
then I'll skip through everything and then just watch the performances.
You're basically skipping over like the country music stuff, and you're like,
yeah, no, but I'll skip over even the awards.
Really?
Yeah, I just want to see the performances.
You really don't.
Sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to. I don't care.
Oh my god.
I can find out who won online. I don't need to watch you.
Oh my god, that's crazy. For me, the Oscars especially, I'll watch it from
I
start
can watch.
to finish.
I don't.
I will. I will watch even the red carpet and see.
Whoa,
those,
I can't do that.
I will do everything.
So you know what? The red carpet for me is just like you're just. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't care what you're doing in your life.
That's so funny. No, I mean I watch it because of the. I mean now
I like seeing what they what they wear
right, yeah.
sometimes, but it's like I'm focusing only half. Like I'm only. It's kind of like in the background. You know what I mean? But I actually like the Oscars. The Oscars is one that I like to watch. But
have you ever watched? I'm gonna expect you to say no, but have you ever watched the Tony Awards?
I have watched Tony Awards, but it's been a while.
Okay. Which one did you watch? Like, do you remember?
I don't remember. It's been that long.
I like it. The last time the last time was actually Kevin Spacey. So let's not, yeah. So that was one. But the one before that was Neil Patrick Harris, I think. And he did, James Corden and then Neil Patrick Harris. And he does like James Corden. Great job. Yeah, James Corden's actually really great. I saw he did a carpool karaoke with Ariana Grande.
Yeah, it was great.
I didn't watch.
Well, I love Ariana Grande because I just love her voice. Ariana Grande. I mean, I don't know her as a person, obviously. Yeah. But her personality, like the one she portrays, at least, is a little weird. Yeah. I feel like her face is very baby-like.
Well, I think she makes that purpose.
That's why I don't like that. Why are you doing that? Yeah. I understand you're a small person, but why do you feel to? Because it's like she looks like a baby, but she's very sexual. It's really, I don't like it. It's concerning.
Well, she dresses. I think it's definitely purposeful. Like she's not. Anyway, yeah.
And then the way she talks. Remember she used to be Cat? Do you remember that? Sam and Cat? Yeah. Or Cat and Sam or whatever?
It's everything. It's the way she sits, like her hand between her, like this.
Her voice, goes... Well, as the character Cat, her voice was... I couldn't listen to it. It was so high.
It was too octaves higher.
But that's her actual voice, just a little lower. But, that's her actual voice.
Yeah, I know. It's a little... I know. But now she's married to Pete Davidson, which I'm pretty good at too.
Are they married already? Or are they just engaged?
They're engaged, sorry. I keep saying married. But yeah. That was she was on Jimmy Fallon.
She was with him at the MMVAs? What just passed?
I think it
MMVAs, right?
Much Music, right? Yeah.
Was it Much Music? No, MTV.
MTV, sorry.
MTV
Much
Awards.
Music. God. Okay.
No, not Much Music. Who goes to the MMVAs anymore?
Oh my god.
Oh man. I hate watching the MMVAs.
I think it's
out of all award shows,
it's cringy. No, the people.
It's so cringy.
The people talk about red carpet. I won't watch.
Oh dear God, they're so awkward.
How are you doing?
I don't like it at all.
Oh, so.
And they always put Marianas Trench on their set list, and I'm like, Marianas Trench, they can't sing anymore. They lost their talent. I don't know what happened, but they lost it.
Headley's gone too.
Oh, Headley's a sex offender.
That's what I'm saying. So now they're gone. So there they're gone. I'm like just thinking, oh wow, there's a lot of people just falling off.
But like seriously, Marianas Trench, what happened? You lost your talent. Wow, we went so off topic. Yeah. Okay, back to regular programming. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we're just looking at the different categories and who's nominated under each.
Ooh.
So for best comedy, we have Atlanta.
Do you watch Atlanta?
I have watched the first few episodes.
I've only seen the first episode, and my brother yells at me every single time. I've only seen the first episode.
Man,
It's funny. I don't know why I haven't picked up on it. My brother gets mad at me.
It's a slower paced show.
It is a slower paced show.
That's why. But like, I love seeing Atlanta because I'm a huge fan of Childish Gambino. You are too. Because he can do everything, and I'm like always admiring creative people who can kind of like touch any category, any form of entertainment, doesn't matter, and like really excel, like give a shit and excel. So he's a rapper. He like this show for me is like the pinnacle of like his creativity to show. Like,
yeah, because this
he
show,
can act, he can write,
even
he can
just
direct,
from seeing the
like,
first episode, like my brother and cousin talk about it all the time, so I already know this show's good because they know, you know, I trust their judgment.
Yeah.
But
amazing.
just from watching the first episode, like it's so good.
Yeah,
because
so
it's I would say it's a dark comedy.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean. It kind of like hits the reality of living in like the hood and stuff, but at the same time,
it's. I mean, it's I can't imagine Childish Gambino doing it purely serious. You couldn't. So no, but there's like this one part of I'll name the rest of the nominees, but there's this one part of the show, and this is in the first season still. But like he's so good at focusing on like on small issues, but showing like both the comedic and like really sad parts of it. So it kind of reflects his life. He's going on a date with a woman who is the mother of his child, but they're kind of not together.
Yeah,
so,
that's such a weird.
Yeah, and I think
their relationship is so weird.
I think he's like that.
Is it in real life?
Yeah, because I remember he accepted the award for Atlanta last year, and it's the same thing of like I'd like to thank my baby mama of like because I think it's literally.
It's such an interesting relationship.
Yeah, and I love that part of the show because there's an episode where it literally focuses on, you know, they're trying to get back together, so they're almost on like again another first date. Mm-hmm. So she's all like expecting him to fuck up again, like she's just ready, but she's somehow putting up with him. And so he knows the date's coming up, but he's short on money. He's broke. Yeah. And so like he's at the restaurant and trying everything possible to like not pay as much as like but she chooses an expensive restaurant, like she's ordering stuff, like things go wrong, like just that one scene of them together at the table, like him, like I love that, like him trying his best, but also at the same time you're laughing your ass off because you're like, oh, that's gonna be something else he can't pay for. And she's like, oh, I love that. That's my favorite. So yeah, really like the show. There's Barry, which I think is a Bill Hader show. It's new, and I don't know too much about it. Blackish, my family
love Blackish.
Yeah, Blackish is great.
I absolutely love Blackish.
I don't watch enough of it, but Blackish is great. Curb Your Enthusiasm came back after being on, like, it was a show that didn't continue after a while, but is like a fan favorite, so it might win. Glow, do you know that one?
No.
It's that one with the girl who used to be on Community, the brunette one. Mm-hmm. And it's a show about female wrestlers who kind of make their own WWE.
Oh, I saw the trailer for that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to watch it ever, but
yeah.
Sorry.
It's the lady who made the Orange is the New Black. Oh. The same director. Lady.
Another show that I probably will never watch.
Yeah, I've never. That's a show
I've seen really the first 4 episodes of the first season. When the first season came out, and you didn't like years ago.
And you didn't like it?
It's not that I didn't like it, but it's just I decided not to continue, and then I feel like now it's just too late. Mm-hmm.
And then The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, don't know what that
Never
is
heard
about.
Of Amazon. They produce shows on Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon Prime. Even that Transparent show was on Amazon.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
And Silicon Valley and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which
I love Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
You've told me to watch it a bunch of times.
You need to watch it, and you know what? You have to have a certain like humor. You have to have a certain perspective about you to actually like the show. Yeah. Because I've watched it with multiple people and they just don't like it, and I'm like, how? You have to like dark comedies. Yeah. That's it. You have to like dark comedies. I appreciate dark comedies because they're like, this is reality, but it's also funny. Yeah. I love Unbreakable. Have you do you know the premise of the show? Have I told you?
You told me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for the listeners who don't know the premise of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, it's all on Netflix, so easy to watch. But basically, it's about this girl, or woman now, she's 30. But when she was 15, she was kidnapped with a couple other girls and put into an underground bunker by this crazy priest dude, who's not really a priest, but he says he's a priest. And tells them that the world is ending and he's saving them. But he really kidnapped them and kept them in a bunker for 15 years, telling them the world ended. Right? I love that premise. 15 years later, the police find the underground bunker and release these people. So now she's 30 years old, but she's been underground 15 years, so she has the mentality of a 15-year-old. Obviously, things went weird down there in the bunker, so she doesn't have the best, mindset. She grew up in a very small town, and now they're in New York City. So she's in this big city, 30 years old, but hasn't been out in the open for 15 years. So her home, it's just like, she's literally a child, but in an adult body. Yeah. And she doesn't know how to she doesn't have any education past 15 years old. She doesn't have, any qualifications for jobs. So she's trying to find her way in the city by herself. She refuses to go back to Indiana. I think she's from Indiana.
Yeah.
Small town in Indiana. But it's hilarious because it just, like, pokes fun at a lot of different personalities in New York and stuff like that. It's really funny. And, like, her roommate Titus, he's a gay black man.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
Yeah.
I love that character. Like, he's like Titus Andromedon. I love him so much. And he's, like, trying to make it as a film star or TV, whatever, like, an actor. The show is so funny.
Interesting.
It's so funny.
I've heard like a lot about it, and again, I know people who watch it too. Like a lot of people do, and I just have to get. Oh man, it's something I have to get. There's a lot of things I have to watch. There's that, but out of this category, I really like Atlanta and Silicon Valley. I've watched.
I don't watch Silicon Valley.
Man, I watched every single season. Literally, finished off the season finale. I love that show. I think it's a smart. Not a dark comedy, but it's a smart comedy. Like it talks a lot about the tech world as is right now. Mm-hmm. But the cast on the show, like some of the best comedians like around right now, at least in the television world, like really good at improvising, and like there's certain characters that like you just there's a lot of brown characters on this, a lot of representation, which I'm really happy about. And man, like my favorite is it's the Ghostface guy. His name is Jared on the show, but he's been in The Office. He's been on Veep. He's been on he's been on some like the greatest comedy shows. But he's like one of the best improvisers, easily the funniest guy on the show. So I would recommend watching Silicon Valley. I think you have to get into it. Just let the first season get to you, and then you'll just want to follow the entire thing. Man, and TJ Miller's not on it anymore, but he was a huge part of why the show was successful, I think. So I'd want those two would win, but I'm pretty sure you have a Unbreakable little. I
don't know if Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt will win, just because it's not as big as a couple of these shows. I feel like its audience isn't as big. The thing is now too with award shows, I find more than the previous years, it's very political. That's true.
Like to be honest, like I think an Atlanta or a Blackish, and maybe even a Glow will win over, some of the longer running. For sure, Curb Your Enthusiasm's not gonna win. Like that's just, it's just not. I mean, a lot of people love it, but if you're thinking politically, it's not gonna go well. Okay, so there's that, and then Best Drama, The Americans, which I've heard nothing but good things about. I've heard nothing.
I see my favorite show.
Do you? I've heard nothing. Okay.
No, I'm talking about The Handmaid's Tale.
Okay. Yay!
Yay!
So The Americans, The Crown, Game of Thrones, The Handmaid's Tale, Stranger Things, This Is Us, and Westworld. Ooh.
This Is Us? Do you watch This Is Us?
I have opinions about that show.
Oh no!
I
don't break my heart now.
That's why I'm not gonna say anything.
No, but I want to know. But honestly, I watch This Is Us, but I haven't watched it in a while. So I started the first season quite a while ago, but I stopped halfway through the first season. Because yes, like the show, if you're an emotional person, the show will. It crushes you. It crushes your heart, okay? Like, literally every episode I was crying. I was like, why are you doing this to me? But at the same time, I felt like it kind of went a little slow. Like, I kind of got bored. Like, slightly bored. And when that happens, like, I'll be like, I'll come back to it, and then I just don't go back to it. But I think I need to go back to it, because people saying the second season is really good. Yeah. But what are your opinions? I want to know.
Okay, so
we need to disagree more on this podcast. I feel like every single time we agree with each other.
It's happening now. Watch out. Okay, hold on. This Is Us. I have opinions about it because I haven't watched it in sequence. I've watched it here and there because it's always like on TV.
Like on TV. I can't do that, girl.
I know. But it's always on TV, and I always see scenes and come back and whatever.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like This Is Us. I feel like it's just one of those like. It's almost sadistic how every single scene is about, let me just make you feel pity for me, and like my sad, like life is so sad and I have hard troubles, and there's one character who has I think daddy issues. I think isn't that his parents are interracial, like his mom's white, I think, or dad's black.
No, what,
the black character on the show,
the black man, like he's adopted.
No, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's adopted. They picked him up at the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
Okay.
The parents are both white.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
So then he was just adopted into the family. I can't remember how it happened, but I feel like I can't remember what happened, to be honest. I'm not gonna say anything, but I know he's adopted into the family.
But for me, all their like the troubles in their lives are so trite. Like the big woman has issues with, obviously, like, well, not obviously. This is gonna sound really offensive, but like she has issues with like body and self-image, and like I know like in terms of like her dating life and stuff, and then like, do you know, it's too, for me, a little too predictable, and every episode is so melodramatic that it's like, let me just play this slow, grandiose, sad music in the background, and then, like, we'll spend a long time dreading how this sad part of my life is so sad, and next episode, same thing. Oh, like, I think sad family issues. You know?
I think like, I understand why I feel this way, because you like complex shows. Like we were talking about this earlier with The Handmaid's Tale. Like we like shows that really make us think.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's the case with This Is Us.
Yeah.
I don't think This Is Us is supposed to be a show that's like that.
I know.
It's just purely a drama. Yeah. It's purely a drama.
And that's my issue. Is I never am the type to like I watch reality TV shows, but I think this is not an excuse. But I don't like soap opera type shows. Yeah. And This Is Us kind of reminds me of that. So I kind of have not that great of a tolerance to even get through an episode of like, oh my god, I know what this is leading to, and you know, I like things that are driven by some sort of like thrillers, how they're driven by solving some sort of an issue. Or so, anyways, it's just not my cup of tea. I understand like it's a huge phenomenon thing, and that whole episode or something about how they found out how someone died, and it was like a rice
the dad
thing. So
I don't know. Don't tell me because I don't know. I don't know, Raazia. I didn't watch second season yet. But it's about how the dad died. Because you find out in the first season that obviously he passed away.
Yeah.
Well, not obviously. Like, he's not that old. But he passed away.
Yeah.
But you don't know how. And I think you find out in the second season.
Yeah. I learned a lot about that because I was just... Anyways, there's funny things that happened around that. So get back to me on that.
Okay.
Because I do know some... Like, it affected the world. Like, there were news stories about it.
You know, I don't know who's going to win in this category because I don't watch a lot of these shows. I watch The Handmaid's Tale. And I don't think This Is Us... Actually,
Game of Thrones, I don't think has a chance. The Crown does, and Handmaid's Tale
I don't watch
does.
The Crown. Do you watch The Crown?
I watched the first few episodes just because, like, it got so much hype, and it is about like Queen Elizabeth, basically.
Yeah, but is it good?
Her rise. It's slow. It's a British show, so you know what I'm saying. Like it's not that funny. It's kind of like very serious, very historical, very much about like let's honor this. So keep that in mind when you're watching it. But in terms of like the production and like little things about the secret lives of that family because they're so protected, everything about their lives. So I love that part, and the actors are phenomenal. But it's not something I'll stick with. Like I literally have dropped it after like maybe the 5th episode, and there's a lot. It's a huge...
I've always seen it when I'm like browsing on Netflix, but I'm like,
the casting choices were
I'll not
really
do that.
Done. But I think, but it has a lot of hype, a lot of following. So The Crown and The Handmaid's Tale, I think, will be the ones to win. I'd be surprised if This Is Us or Westworld
I hope
wins.
The Handmaid's Tale wins.
Yeah. Oh my god,
I really do.
The second season was great.
I haven't started the second season yet.
I finished the finale recently too of that.
I need to finish. I'm just like I'm dreading.
I really want to talk about I really want to talk about the final episode.
Okay.
I really.
I'll get back to you.
Yeah, we should do like a predictions podcast for like when before the third season.
When does it
out.
release? Do you know?
Usually April is when like seasons refresh, right? So probably next year of April.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have enough time to finish the second season by
I'll
then.
Okay.
Finish it in a week. Next section, best limited series. I actually don't know many of these, except one. Except one. But I've watched the first episode of the assassination of Gianni Versace because I love American Crime Stories OJ.
Oh, I haven't seen that still. I know.
Iman, you would love that.
I know.
You would love that. Oh my god, that was a really like honestly perfect TV show. Like just that one season about what that show was about. Amazing. So it was natural that we went onto the Versace one.
Yeah, I've heard good things about both.
Yeah, so this one I watched the first episode and I never really continued, but visually that show's perfect.
Yeah. Actress, comedy, Issa Rae, Tracy. Issa
Rae's great. Oh, have we talked about Issa Rae before?
I don't think we have.
Issa Rae's amazing.
But you know what? I'm ashamed to say this, but I don't watch Insecure.
I watched parts here and there, and it's like, for me, I enjoy seeing her in interviews and hearing about her work than her work itself, which is
I don't know. Like literally, all my friends watch it and they're like, "What's wrong with you?" Yeah. I'm like, "Listen."
She's so funny.
About time.
She's so funny though. Tracy Ellis Ross.
I love Tracy Ellis Ross.
Yeah.
Like she's a phenomenal woman.
Yeah. Did you see that video about her talking about like her being, what is she, 40 or something, being independent and like how it's okay to be single?
Yeah. Did you see her Vogue? You know how they go into their homes and they have the 70 questions?
No, yeah, I know. I love that series.
I love that. She did it. I love that. I love just watching anybody, but like,
that series is actually so smart and really well done. Okay. Really have nothing to say about this one. Allison Janney is going to watch again. For some reason, she wins every year for Mom.
Are you serious?
No, it's a useless show.
No, but that show's weird.
But it's a useless show. Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Let's just, okay. I actually get mad about it. Best actor comedy. For Blackish.
Well, I would love for Donald Glover to win. Will he win? I don't know.
I have no idea. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I have no real strong opinions in that category. Best actress drama.
Elizabeth Moss.
Oh yes. Okay. If she doesn't win, I'll get furious because I actually. But Sandra Oh actually might win this one. Because
have you seen Killing Eve?
No, but again, someone I've watched a lot of interviews about because she's someone who after what was that doctor movie she was on? She was on Grey's Anatomy, right?
Oh yeah.
So she after that show, was she like gained notoriety for like that's when her career really started.
Yeah.
She had such a huge gap between when she actually started working again because she was waiting for the right project, and this was it.
Yeah.
So politically again.
So it must be good.
I know, and it like I mean the title kind of says what it's about. It is a kind of murder drama. So, but I think she might win just because of that, like because she's back, because it's like a political thing.
Oh.
But Elizabeth Moss all the way. I don't care. She's actually great. So. Especially in the second season, like it amps up like how much she has to like do emotionally for that show is fucking like nuts. So best actor drama.
I like Sterling K. Brown.
He won last year.
Yeah, like obviously.
Oh, there's two. Milo.
Oh, I don't know who that is. But I love Sterling K. Brown. Like in general, I've seen it like in other roles as well. But
I think he'll win again just because that doesn't seem like a competitive bracket. Supporting actress. Is there anyone from Handmaid's? And that's the Aunt Lydia. She's like she's vicious, man. That woman.
I actually have never felt hate for I haven't felt so much hate for a person.
Yvonne Strahovski. That's Serena. Oh, there's actually 3.
Wow.
Look at that. Alex Bedell. That's Emily. Then that's Aunt Lydia, and then that's Serena. I kind of want Serena to win. Though I don't know if she'll get it, man. I don't know if she'll get it. She looks so different. Not on the show, eh? You won't recognize her.
Really?
Yeah. If you ever, watch the Emmy and you'll see.
Joseph. Who's Joseph Fiennes?
That's the commander.
Ugh.
You know who he is? You know who he is, right? Do you recognize that last name?
No.
Do you know Rafe Fiennes? Rafe Fiennes? No? That's Voldemort.
No way!
He's Voldemort. He's the Grand Budapest Hotel, the main guy. Yeah.
That's so random.
Yeah. He's a great phenomenal actor. So exactly after the first episode, me and my sister-in-law saw that last time. We're like, no way, he's not Rafe Fiennes' brother. What the fuck? And then I was like, dude,
I hate him.
But oh my god, but acting wise, so
no, yeah, he plays his role very well.
Oh man,
I don't like it.
Homeland, who cares? Okay.
Yeah, I have multiple views about Homeland.
Okay, I want to hear it.
I just, I tried watching the show.
Yeah.
I just felt like it did the opposite of what it was trying to do.
I don't think it even had that right intent.
I don't think it had the right intent. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like maybe people watched it because they were like, oh.
It's kind of like, what was it, American Sniper? Glorifying the wrong
dear
things.
God,
Yeah.
American Sniper. Oh, I felt, when I watched that movie, I just felt like,
I didn't actually watch
I felt
it.
sick.
I was pissed.
I felt sick
I'm
the entire time I watched it.
I'm so anti-gun and anti-gun rights, like, that I could not bring myself to watch it. Even watching it when it was not.
And then,
for
like,
Oscar,
the response.
Fuck, like, I was
the response that it got.
And people protecting,
God.
yeah, exactly, no.
No, I felt like sick watching the entire thing. I was just like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
But yeah, same thing with Homeland. Homeland's messed up. Anyways.
Okay, so actually 3 people in the supporting actress category for
Saturday
comedy is
Night.
SNL.
Nice.
Leslie Jones, Kate McKinnon, who I love.
I love Kate McKinnon, and I also love Leslie Jones.
But I think Kate can do a lot with her. Who's Alex Borstein?
No, that's from the Marvelous.
Oh, sorry. Oh, 80 Bryant. Yeah, I know 80. Yeah, okay.
Kate McKinnon. I love.
She's on another level. That woman has
so
like
funny.
her bag of characters. Like what she can kind of flip through her improv skills. You see it live on the show.
Yeah.
You know when something's not scripted.
She's the one who does Hillary, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is her that wants to do. I love her. No, she plays that guy. Who's that guy? That rat-looking guy? The possum-looking, rat-looking guy?
What?
He's on the Trump administration. Oh, who's that character that he plays? That she plays? Hold on. The SNL character. Kate McKinnon. You don't know who I'm talking about?
No.
Kate McKinnon. Oh, it's not coming to the top of my head. Anyways, I'll get back to that after. But she's
in a movie that just came out. I saw it. The Spy Who Dumped Me.
Who was that with again?
Oh my god. What's her name? Mila Kunis.
Oh, they should get. Yeah. I saw the poster for it.
It was
and I
funny.
was like, oh.
It was funny.
Oh,
It was kind of like dumb funny. You know?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, seriously, some of the dialogue in the film, I was like, did a 5-year-old write it? I was confused. Because it was just like, you know, like dramatic, but like bad drama. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Drama. It's like, you know, when
they're trying to make you care about something in a movie.
No, it was more like I felt so, I don't know how to explain it, but you know, it just felt like bad acting.
Okay.
Which made no sense to me because like they're good at what they do.
Yeah.
So I was like, what? Why? Maybe it was. I feel like it was the dialogue.
Okay.
It was just weird. But you know, there were some parts that were actually really funny.
The thing is with movies like that, I feel like a lot of comedy dramas, especially that are duo comedy dramas, like they kind of fall flat for me. Like the one with Sandra Bullock and the other actress, the cop movie with Sandra Bullock and the Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, I didn't like that. No.
Yeah,
Melissa McCarthy has like really good ones, and then like not.
Yeah,
so good.
yeah, and Sandra
Bullock.
Oh my god, the proposal, like her comedy in that was
like movie
so good.
It's hilarious.
So that character, sorry for Kate McKinnon, was when she plays Jeff Sessions.
Oh, so yeah.
Look, I put in possum so they know who I'm talking about. They know who I'm talking about. She's great in that role. I love her as anyways, she's great in that one. So that's pretty much our pick for that category. Let's just go down.
Because we're kind of running out of time.
Let's go down. Supporting actor. I really don't care about wow, actually Versace got so many nominations. Look at that.
Wow.
Best supporting actor. Television movie. I don't know any of these. Black Mirror. I've never actually watched Black Mirror.
Me neither, but I've heard like really good things.
I feel like both of us would like that.
Yeah.
Friday sketch
series.
series.
I love Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah?
For Talk series, Daily Show with Trevor Noah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh my god, all of these I watched, all of them. Except for Samantha Bee.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. What? Who's Samantha Bee? Who watches The Amazing Race still? I don't understand why that show is still, like,
and
produced.
Project Runway, too, actually. It's on Lifetime now? Oh, that's sad. Okay.
American Ninja Warrior, my family loves to watch it. I don't understand why.
It's always running kind of in the background. Yeah. A little reality host. Ellen DeGeneres has Game of Games? What is
that? She has a game show now.
I don't know. Okay.
I also have opinions about Ellen, but you know what? That's another day.
Save that for another. Actually, Hollywood Game Night is so fucking good.
Oh, I love that show. I love Jane Lynch.
I love game shows. Those are like those game shows like that. The best. Oh my god.
I also love none of those.
Shark Tank is good.
Shark Tank is good.
Who Do You Think You Are is good, but like I think
I've never seen that.
Yeah, you do. The one where they like set up a scenario in like a restaurant or something, and then they'll record the reactions of people around them, and then the guy walks in and he's like, "You've been on this show."
Yeah, okay. I didn't know it was called that.
Yeah, and then I don't care about this. Guess no. Who
blue, 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 blue.
Let's go all the way down to animated program.
I love Bob's Burgers. Do you watch Bob's Burgers?
I watched parts. And I like the...
I love it! It's dry humor. Yeah, I love that so much.
It's the delivery of those lines. They're so good. The people who voice animate. Simpsons, obviously. Always been. Writing, obviously Donald Glover again. He's going to win again this year. Can we go all the way down to just Best TV, please?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Oh,
okay, well, I just ended at directing. Well, anyways, I think our votes are pretty clear, though. Like, if Handmaid's Tale doesn't win at least an award...
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, that's not recognizing good...
Like, how much work has been put into that series and you refuse to give them an award?
Oh, man.
How dare you?
We've said in the last podcast, everything about that show, from the acting, directing, writing, the visuals... It's
just amazing.
Like, it's pretty much perfect, and I can't wait for the third season. Just finished the finale, like I said, and now it's like that sad wait until April.
I can't wait till I finish. I really want to finish the season so I can talk to you about it, but I also don't.
Because the way the finale ends too, I was like, it's not that it wasn't. It kind of wasn't satisfying for different reasons. So, but we can talk. We might have different views on it though, because I just didn't agree with decisions made by the characters, not like that show. But see. We'll see. We'll see how that goes, and I'm always excited to talk about that stuff. So where are we at? Okay. I think.
Yeah, we gotta end that because
Yeah.
we're trying to keep it short and sweet for you guys, you know?
And like always, our ask is leave us something in the comment if you have something to ask us. Even
Reach
though
out
the
to
comment
us.
section right now is empty, guys.
0 tumbleweeds. That's what it is. It's just dry.
just little crickets everywhere. But guys, please let us know what you want to hear about the podcast. Even if there's comments about how the podcast is going so far, compliments here and there would help.
Also, if you know us personally, which a lot of our
exactly friends.
our listeners are our friends and family. If you know us personally, just talk to us in normal conditions, like text us, give us a call. You don't gotta leave it in the comments. At least reach out. You know.
We're asking people in our social lives to talk to us. That's so sad.
No, but seriously, what are your thoughts about?
For sure.
We've gotten some feedback, which is great, but we can always learn, right?
Yeah.
We always want to do better.
And we've been playing around with the format since the beginning, adding different segments, going through, different more entertainment-related topics and stuff, just because we found that the political stuff, you might be interested into it, but for us, it's just a lot of ranting, a lot of not...
Yeah, we just get mad.
Not a lot of comedy, yeah. We end up being, really, grumpy old grandpas at the end of it. So.
Oh, you know what?
What?
I'm not going to talk about it because then this podcast is just going to be... this episode is just going to get longer.
Okay, fine. We can talk about it
next time. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We will catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.